Welcome to Tzu Chi This Week. I'm Anita Lee. It's good to have you with us. Coming up, members of Tzu Chi's disaster relief and medical team extend their care to a young mother at the distribution in Saudol, Nepal. TIMA members in Australia provide free dental checks for disadvantaged residents. Lastly, we take a look at the Buddha Day ceremonies in Southern Africa's Mozambique and Lesotho. During the distribution at Devi Higher Secondary School in Saudol, Nepal on May 20th, Tzu Chi volunteer Zhang Wenlang came across a young mother who came to pick up relief supplies alone while holding a baby in one arm and a 3-year-old toddler in the other. As it turns out, the woman's husband works abroad and life has been extremely difficult for the family since the quake. Only when Tzu Chi volunteers offered to help her carry the aid supplies home did they realize that the young mother walked for about 50 minutes to get to the venue. Relaxed and at ease, volunteers thought the walk home was only going to take 5 minutes.
We specialize in pediatric rehabilitation, so we are always holding children in our arms. But walking home with one is a first.
Carrying a 30-kilogram load on her shoulders, 24-year-old Puspakatka never slowed down her pace, and further and higher they went. Light is seeping through several cracks in the wall of the home. As it turns out, the woman's situation is more dire than volunteers initially thought.
Life was already difficult with her husband working abroad. Then the earthquake struck. She does not see a reason to continue living.
Empathizing with the woman's situation, Tzu Chi volunteer Zhang Wenlang left some of his own food behind to help. Although he knows the food will eventually be eaten, however, Tzu Chi's kindness will always be remembered. Staying in Nepal, Tzu Chi's disaster relief and medical team recently held a small-scale aid distribution at the Grand Hotel, where the team is staying, for the some 70 staff members who were affected by the recent quake. But first, we take a look as Tzu Chi gifted Dulakal Hospital with 100 Tzu Chi folding beds and 500 eco-friendly blankets to meet the demands of the recent influx of patients.
The lobby of this hospital has been turned into a medical ward.
There are simply not enough beds to meet the number of patients. Besides the normal hospital beds, many of them are beds borrowed from a nearby school's dormitories.
It is not hard to imagine how lacking medical resources are here when dormitory beds are being used as hospital beds.
This hospital is this area's main medical facility. With the increase of patients lately, they don't have enough beds for everyone coming in.
Tzu Chi volunteers deliver some folding beds and eco-friendly blankets to help. This portable folding bed is easy to carry, and when set up, it becomes a sturdy bed.
Pulling up the middle, it becomes 2 seats. It's ventilated and not as hard as metal.
The multi-purpose folding bed can also be used in waiting rooms as a chair.
There's nothing, they are now sleeping on the floor, so if we can provide those beds to them, then it will be better for them.
Understanding the needs of the survivors, the Tzu Chi medical team works to help Nepal in any way they can. Meanwhile, Chef Nemikol has been busy in the kitchen, making vegetarian meals for the group of Tzu Chi volunteers that has been staying at his hotel. Nemikol's home was also destroyed in the quakes.
When the second earthquake hit Nepal, I was working at the hotel. My house was damaged. The entire building collapsed.
Nemikol is not alone. There are over 70 employees who are quake survivors like him.
The hotel staff and us get along well. Even though they see us coming and going with relief supplies, they don't take them. They told us that they are suffering at home and asked if we can help them.
Despite being tired from heading to Nepal's remote villages and tent communities during the day, the Tzu Chi disaster relief and medical team decided to show the hotel staff that their care extends to them as well. Changing out of his chef's apron this evening, Nemikol is a guest of Tzu Chi.
don't feel any difference between the poor and the rich. I feel very comfortable joining this event.
Actually, Tzu Chi volunteers were the first guests to stay at the hotel following the earthquake.
Which you do, which I see from morning till evening. I see you guys going early in the morning, coming very late, and you're not going for a fancy food. You are, you're sticking to the good, your own food.
Forming friendships wherever they go, Tzu Chi volunteers hope to bring back smiles to the faces of survivors everywhere.
In the United States, Tzu Chi volunteers from the Dallas chapter were invited to speak to the graduating class of the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy, where volunteers have been teaching Jingsi aphorisms for the past 4 years. Meanwhile, in Sacramento, members of the UC Davis Teaching Club organized a charity sale to raise funds for Nepal. But first, let's turn our camera to Hamburg, Germany, where volunteers canvass for donations to support the recovery and rebuilding efforts in Nepal. Here in Hamburg, Germany's second largest city, light rain falls over parts of the city. A group of Tzu Chi volunteers and Nepalese donning volunteer vests take to the streets in 10 degrees Celsius weather, inviting passers-by to support their cause. Many residents stopped to learn more about Tzu Chi, while others generously opened up their pocketbooks to send their love to Nepal.
It's rather cold outside today, but we hope that through our efforts, we can get more people to help Nepal's quake victims.
Although the cold wind makes hands and feet shiver, the kindness and generosity of the German people has brought warmth to the volunteers' hearts. Tzu Chi volunteers from the Dallas chapter began introducing Jingsi aphorisms at the Barack Obama Male Leadership Academy 4 years ago. Now that the first group of students will be graduating soon, volunteers came to deliver their blessings.
To grow up, to be a better brother, better family, better husband, better citizen. We appreciate all the teachers.
Volunteers also extended their thanks to the teachers and school for their support over the years.
Principal Douglas.
Jingsi aphorism teachings, much like character education, is an area of the students' development that teachers care most about.
My goal is to share my love, my joy for teaching, but my compassion for humanity, and to teach them empathy for others.
Meanwhile, here in Sacramento, to raise funds to help the Nepalese recover from the recent quakes, members of the UC Davis Teaching Club put their creativity to the test to make roses from ribbons for a charity sale.
We have sold about 60 to 70 ribbon roses, and so and then we also had some donations that people gave to us too.
Helping people in need half a world away, the efforts of Tzu Chi volunteers and teachers to inspire compassion and love have taken root in these students' hearts. In Perth, Australia, TIMA members held their third dental-free clinic of the year for the needy. This time, the free clinic was held at West Australia University's Oral Health Centre. Meanwhile, a team of 5 doctors from the Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital will soon set off for Myanmar to work with local doctors in helping impoverished residents.
Here in Taiwan, 5 medical staff from Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital are soon heading to Myanmar's Yangon for a 4-day free clinic.
We plan to spend 2 days treating over 200 cataract patients. These patients are often in much worse condition than the ones we have seen in Taiwan. Many of them are nearly blind.
The local hospital in Myanmar also asked for dental and family doctors, which is why dentist Shen Yiqing, who has plenty of experience in joining free clinics locally and internationally, has joined the team.
They had hoped dentists could go as well to assist the locals with their dental needs. I'm very honored I have the chance to go.
This international medical exchange is a direct result of the MOU signed between Myanmar's Saudol Medical Center and Taipei Tzu Chi Hospital earlier in March. It is hoped that this event will mark the first of many more to come.
Just need to angle it to brush this way.
Residents are learning how to brush their teeth right. teeth removal, fillings, and scaling, all the dental treatments are free of charge. As a parting gift, an oral health care package is given to the patients. Who is providing these services, though?
When I came in and I see the logo of Fuji, I feel so excited. And I said, oh, it's the same foundation, yeah, same group.
Renting a space at West Australia University's Oral Health Centre, TIMA members are hosting a dental-free clinic for those in need.
It gives me quite a sense of accomplishment to help the homeless and refugees with their dental problems.
At the end of the day, the 43 medical team walks away not only with satisfaction of a job well done, but also 56 thank you cards from the patients they served today.
Although Tzu Chi held a grand Buddha Day celebration in Taipei on May 10th, there were still, however, many residents, especially seniors with mobility issues, who wanted to honor the Buddha but couldn't make it out to the ceremony. So, in the days following the event, volunteers in Taichung, Zhudong, and Taoyuan visited their respective communities with the mobile Buddha altar to help these residents bathe in the Buddha's grace.
In Taoyuan, Tzu Chi volunteers from Zhongli visit their communities to hold Buddha Day ceremonies for senior residents. Tzu Chi volunteer Sun Si-ju's mother is 94 years old and suffers from dementia. Each year at around this time, she looks forward to the volunteers' visit so she can bathe in the Buddha's grace. We know of some senior bodhisattvas who have mobility issues, so we initiated the mobile Buddha's altar so that each senior who wants to honor the Buddha and make a vow could do so. The volunteers also visit an elderly care home in Zhudong. This is the second year that volunteers have brought the mobile altar here. Many of our seniors are Buddhist, so they look forward to this event held by Tzu Chi volunteers. I think events like this are very helpful to the seniors. Volunteers brought the altar to seniors' bedsides as well, to give those who are bedridden a chance to be blessed.
I can see from the seniors' faces that they are moved by the Tzu Chi brothers and sisters' thoughtfulness.
In cleansing their hearts of afflictions under the Buddha's grace, these seniors are filled with the loving care of those around them. Meanwhile, in Taichung, volunteers visited another home for the elderly. Volunteers lead the seniors to honor the Buddha. Among the Tzu Chi volunteers participating in this event are a husband and wife pair, and also a mother who has brought her children. Seeing the seniors reminds me of my parents. I brought my two children.
Respecting the elderly is something everyone should do.
Tzu Chi volunteers visit single-parent families to celebrate Mother's Day. 3 years ago, after Miss Jiang's husband passed away, her children fell into depression and she was diagnosed with colon cancer. In the end, Miss Jiang had trouble making ends meet.
In the beginning, I wasn't doing well, but with the help of these Tzu Chi sisters and Tzu Chi's financial support, my condition has improved.
Thanks to Tzu Chi's companionship and Master Zhenyan's teachings, this care recipient's mindset turned positive in the face of hardship in life. and she learned not to compare herself to others.
We are truly there for her. She's able to lean on us spiritually.
As Ms. Jiang turns a new page in life, she collects recyclables as a way to reciprocate Tzu Chi's spiritual support.
In our next report, we go to Southern Africa and join Tzu Chi volunteers in Lesotho and Mozambique at their Buddha Day events. In Lesotho, volunteers organized small and simple ceremonies for residents as they conducted rice distributions in local villages. Meanwhile, in Mozambique, Tzu Chi volunteers encountered power and water cuts on the day of the Buddha Day ceremony. Making use of local resources, they managed to pull off a solemn and dignified ceremony.
We were thinking about what we could do with these coconut shells and how to use them to decorate our venue. We are using what we can find around here. There are many mango trees here as well, so we are brainstorming to see what we can do with these leaves.
This year, the Buddha Day ceremony in Mozambique is taking place outdoors. During preparations, volunteers encountered a minor setback.
Today we had problem with energy, all area. And the generator come, but it was okay, but now it's down.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Volunteers walked for over an hour and back to fetch water from the neighboring village. Despite the scorching heat, some 1,300 local residents arrived on time and were escorted inside by the volunteers in an orderly manner, and the ceremony commenced under candlelight. Volunteers also arranged for children to wash their mothers' feet to express their gratitude and appreciation. Most importantly, participants offered their prayers for quake survivors in Nepal.
We hope at harmony society and no disaster. Let's pray for the world. No disaster.
Holding up the candles made from reused PET bottles, participants prayed earnestly in the hopes that their prayers and blessings may be heard. Here in the Sky Kingdom of Lesotho, local residents are also sending their love across the globe all the way to Nepal.
Many community members have made a contribution. I am truly grateful.
Tzu Chi's Buddha Day ceremony in Lesotho commences in the winter sun.
Thank you.
Prior to the start of the event, local residents first took time to explain the meaning and significance of the Buddha Day ceremony to participants. While the rice distribution was in progress, volunteers led local residents to pay their respects to the Buddha.
This rice from Taiwan and Tzu Chi. This love is just like the rain. It came just in time. Without this rice, my sick child and I will have to go hungry again.
Here, there are no formal ceremonial rituals, only a table with a statue of the Enlightened One and bamboo coin bags to collect donations for Nepal's quake survivors. In other areas where resources were completely lacking, volunteers placed the Buddha statue on the back of the truck for residents to honor the Buddha. The Buddha Day ceremonies here are not confined to formalities. A heart of sincerity is what matters the most. For 2 days, Tzu Chi volunteers visited 40 villages and collected over $320 in donations for quake survivors in Nepal. Giving to help those in need despite their own poverty makes the people of Lesotho spiritually wealthy.
We wish Nepal to recover from that disaster that is going through.
Recently, Tzu Chi volunteers from Durban visited Swaziland to conduct a volunteer training seminar to help local counterparts better understand Tzu Chi's ideals and missions.
As soon as Tzu Chi volunteers from Durban, South Africa exit the call, they are surrounded by children. As local Swazi volunteers have long provided hot meals to the needy in this area, Tzu Chi's blue and white uniform has become quite a familiar presence. The main purpose of their South African counterparts' visit is to hold a training seminar for local volunteers.
And the third bar with a sign.
Learning from the Sutra of innumerable meanings as well as Buddhist etiquette, local volunteers are changing their lives for the better.
Every members of Tzu Chi was totally transformed, their faith and lives by our master training.
With their hearts full of Tzu Chi spirit, local volunteers are ready to walk the Tzu Chi path.
To continue their care for those affected by last year's floods in West Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers recently traveled to Manik Urai and brought gifts for 3 flood survivors.
This is Kama Ruzamin, who doesn't have the strength and ability to look after himself. Last year, while on his way to receive relief items following the devastating floods in West Malaysia, Kama Ruzamin accidentally fell and was left paralyzed from the waist down.
Most of the time, I have to take care of my husband all by myself, and sometimes my children will help me. Life has been very hard since my husband became bedridden, and I don't know what to do.
Besides taking care of her bedridden husband, Maida binti Lee also had to look after her 3 children. The adjustable hospital bed provided by Tzu Chi volunteers allowed Kaman Ruzamin to comfortably sit up in bed. Touched by the volunteers' love and care, Maida binti Lee can no longer hold back her tears. Following a car accident, Mama Rosemily bin Awang also became paralyzed from the waist down and lost his job as a rubber plantation worker. Thankfully, Tzu Chi volunteers decided to take him under their wings. Today, the volunteers have arrived with a gift.
Now it is easier for me to sit up or lie down. I love this gift and am so happy. It's an indescribable feeling.
This is Norreason, whose sewing machine was damaged by last year's floods. To make sure Norreason can make ends meet, Tzu Chi volunteers have arrived with a new sewing machine. The love and warmth of Tzu Chi volunteers have given flood victims in Manik Urai the strength to stand on their own 2 feet once again.
Tzu Chi volunteers in Geelong distribute monthly subsidies to their long-term care recipients at the city's Department of Social Affairs each month. Apart from providing them with monetary assistance, volunteers always encourage them to embrace life with optimism and enthusiasm. This month, Tzu Chi distributed to 40 households. That's all we have time for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.